All right, we're back again.
Yes. Yeah, this is another machine. Yeah, it kind of looks like the last machine that we did, which was the Nine of Pentacles. But no, this is a regular electronic machine. It's one of the basic electronic machines, and I've sold them through Joshua P. Warren, and he's we under the name of the E-Lux, and this is one of the first ones I introduced to the public. Um, and it was probably one of the I wanted to provide the general public a working electronic machine that was just as good as the competition. If not as good, close enough to where it would not make any difference.
Now, you know this machine has a story, don't you? You know what the story is?
What's the story?
This is the device how you and I met.
Oh.
Yeah, remember? Because I had ordered one, and then we got to talking, and then at that time we were not but a couple of hours away from each other, and you said,
Yes.
"Oh, yeah." And at the time, then I wanted what you had was called the Hunter Killer back then, which we changed the name from Hunter Killer.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was the first device that I got. This was the first time I ever used one of Dr. Motor's. This is a moment for us here, Dr. Motor.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez, it's so emotional.
It's so emotional. I can see tears in your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, and
Because it was affordable. I thought at the time, well, I don't know much about this guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not a great deal of money. If it doesn't work, oh well, I suck it up, buttercup, and off I go, right?
Exactly.
But I have used it and it works. And then of course I got the next one, and then you gifted me the Apex, and
Yes.
and then I mean it's and they all work.
Yes, they all do, and like I said, this was the electronic version. I came up with it was an affordable machine, and again, it's just a basic one. It'll get you in the game. It's more powerful than the non-electronic machine I use, which is more of a passive machine, and it'll work also. But I've noticed that when you apply amplification to it, electronic amplification to the circuitry, it boosts up the manifestation.
So it would be
time.
a step up from the SB that we were showing earlier.
Yeah, correct.
And
correct.
then obviously a step down towards the one that we showed last in the Apex, but it's a great device. I mean, I've done many operations. I've been very successful with them.
Right.
And one of the operations I did do that I was successful with was somebody was a bit of a bully in our neighborhood. And fancy that, right? So I actually used a bully begone reagent. No harm was ever made on humans or animals during this, but it just kind of put the bully in their place. So one of the intents was really to let them feel what the person that was getting bullied was feeling. And then they stop, because all of a sudden they think, oh my gosh, I don't like this feeling, right? So, if you would like to, we could just use the bully begone reagent to show a quick operation right now. And
Well, being a student of Charles Casamano, I'd probably up the game a notch or two just out of general principle. But since it's you, we'll go ahead and
as
keep
Lady Karen is going on the lighter side.
Yes. I'm probably just gonna keep my emotions in check here. Alrighty, everything is back to zero. That's important.
So basically on this one, we have the bully begone reagent. We have the name of the bully on there, and which probably let's put a blank piece of paper,
Yeah.
because I'm going to put what we had on that one on there. So
No.
hang on, there we go. We can make out we have
Yeah.
a bully here.
Yeah, alrighty. And so what I'm going to do is project this basically where they just leave, they just get out of your space. And, this is sort of the same job that the neutralizer is doing. Matter of fact, it's pretty a perfect sigil to incorporate with the neutralizer, using these things. And which, by the way, idea for another video in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course on this as well, I mean, if you've got a photograph of the said person or something, you can put the picture on. If I'm doing radionics on myself for something that I want, maybe I'll have a photograph of me and I'll have my full name and my date of birth on there. And maybe even if I want to add DNA on it, I can put some hair or whatever. But
yeah. Well, I mean,
just anything. It's a link, isn't it? It's making that link. It's making the link with the person or the money or the whatever it is, or the car. Like you said, if you want a car, go to a magazine, get a picture of the car that you want. Exactly. Pull out the Aston Martin, put it on there.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But another thing too, I think one of the first operations I did for you, you were having a problem with coyotes at the time.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, and we did, and what we're
yeah.
doing right now is basically a similar thing, except we're
They
doing
were
with human
bullies.
beings. We're doing instead of coyotes, we're doing with human beings. We're not trying to hurt them. We just want them to go away. That's entirely two different things. We're not, in no way, we're trying to cause physical harm, even though in the back of our minds we'd love to beat the hell out of them with a baseball bat. We're not trying to hurt them, but we do want them to just leave you alone.
Really, we would like the coyotes to relocate to the neighbors that I don't like.
Exactly, to their backyard.
To their backyard instead of mine.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so here we go. We're going, this is the operation, and
here again, I say it each time, you start at the top and you go left to right. You're feeling for the stick. Once you get the stick, you stop. And don't second guess yourself. I mean, I for reasons, and of course, Dr. Motor, I get on his nerves when I get this out every time. He's like Lady Karen Pendulum Queen of England or something. But often I'll go over the pendulum and I might say, is this a good operation? And will this work? And then how many days? And you can do it with the stick as well as with the pendulum.
Yeah.
So 2 ways of doing it. If you can't get the stick, get out the pendulum and give that a try. And then maybe I should do a video on just doing everything with the pendulum for those people that have trouble sticking, right?
Exactly. And again, the same old thing. If you want to try to get an idea how long the operation is going to take, go through the rigmarole. And when it comes to that time, double check it. Make sure, hey, maybe you might need to update the
tweak
tuning.
it a little.
Yeah, tweak it a little bit and let the operation continue. It just, it's a case by case basis because each individual thing, it takes its own time and certain things have to happen.
And then one of the things is like, folks may be asking like, okay, you say, well, how do you figure out the timing? So often I say, is it more than 1 minute? Is it more than 1 hour? And if you get a yes to more than 1 hour, is it more than 2 hours? And you go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it more than a day? And then when I get to a day, is it more than 2 days, 3 days? If I get to 5 days and it's like, oh, it's not more than 5 days. Is it more than 4 days? Is it 4 days, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? And some operations, especially on the apex, which is very, very quick, that operation might be 10 minutes. You might get to, is it an hour? No, it's less. Is it 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? And some operations might be, is it 1 month? Is it 2 months? I don't think I've ever found any of those. But, on something like this, maybe it's going to be a week or 2 weeks or 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
And like Dr. Moda said, you can always go back. And in between, when I have them running, I'll go in and I'll just double check them. It's like, is this operation finished now? Can I turn it off? Is it done? Or do I need to do something else? So, yeah, there again, like our page. Any comments on it, subscribe to us, and we'll see you the next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheerio.